And Booker scoops up the loose ball. Pull up three is good for Booker.
And that's the.
Here's Booker and Devin Booker with another three ball.
Court trap by Sacramento. A little different look there. Booker, three-pointer, got it. Well, they gave Phoenix a one-point game or tie it on a three. Holmes has 3 fouls. Played it safe, but Booker made him pay. Booker steps out. Quick catch and shoot. Boy, when he gets it going, you got to be careful. That's the first lead of the game. He found Bridges. Good help defense by the Kings. They run it Booker, but he makes it anyway.
Oh, for Phoenix.
Crowder making a move. Runner goes over Adams, and inside Crowder gets it back and kicks it out to Booker with a three.
Maybe that shot can kind of get him going a little bit.
Booker three, got it. Devin Booker outside, hits his second three tonight, and he's got
Booker. Jazz need the ball back. Shot clock at 7. Booker on a drive. Now the three is away. Good. A quick 5.
Here at home, we mentioned this before, without Michael Porter Jr., he is your second leading scorer, and so now you replace those 19.5, 20 points a game.
To everyone that walks this earth. And for Becky to get that chance, I think that's just, you're going to see more and more of that.
Good switch by Barton. Oh, Barton had it. Booker shoots it and hits the three.
Barton had it in his hand and gave a rape.
So he's got that 3-guard lineup out there. Booker, Chris Paul, and Cameron Payne. Deep three on the way, and Booker goes boom. That ties his career high for threes made, too, with 6. Booker trying to get in on the act, and Book goes boom. Booker on the catch, pulls from deep, lock and load, knock it down. 18 from Lowry, deep three on the way from Book, and cash it in.
Ayton for Chris Paul, drives, lobs inside for the big man. Nothing there, so to Booker on the wing. He sends it, he scores it. A triple for Booker to start the ball game. And he's getting better and better as a scorer. Always good defend. Booker fires and fills it up.
She's just not really in rhythm, not in sync tonight. 2 of 10 now from the floor. And as we said, not always easy to find him quicker. Then Z would have been able to put that in the hoop any way he wanted, but by the time he got it, defense was there.
And Booker converts. Cam Johnson outside for Booker. He knows they need a 3. Jacks it up and in. That is a 3.
Ayton throws it out to Booker, who hits a 3.
That's one that you'd rather Ayton take the 2-point
Pass with his left hand. Now we've seen 2 finishes tonight with the left hand. Maybe he's left-handed.
Devin Booker with a long 3. He's got 31, and now a timeout by Scott Brooks.
Kyle Anderson forcing Crowder to give it up. And then Booker hits the long gun. To see it, something had slipped out of the memory banks. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Booker, an angle 3, puts it in. Hamed Haddadi wore 98 for the Sun.
They wanted Booker to try to get into that Chris Paul advanced study group, and a 3 goes down.
Yeah, deep.
Jokic and Murray, their time together as Book off the inbound, raising up, and connects for the corner triple. Ball being harassed there by Jokic. Cross to Booker. Just silky smooth.
Once the Suns fight through it, they'll be fine.
Bridges kicks it off the Book. Sidestep to his left. And a little.
Crossover by Paul. They help the big guy out. Booker rattles in a long 3.
You got to
Pick your poison.
Hardaway. Once again, it's Booker over Hardaway for three. And good. Porzingis. Oh, and he blocked him. Meet me where you meet me up top. Porzingis turned it away, but outside. Oh, that is a gut punch three by Booker.
Will be involved here.
It is Paul with 6 seconds. Paul guarded well by Kleba. Now Booker squares up for three over Richardson with 1.5 left.
And officials alike as Paul out of the corner won't get it. Kaminsky gets a hand, reset, back out to Book, and Booker goes boom. Stewart again finds Cam. 3 on the shot clock. Deep 3 on the way from Booker, who delivers the bullseye.
The Pelicans are playing really well, and I know the Suns really upset with themselves that they didn't really be more accountable in that.
Tested pull up. Suns with time. Booker head down, barreling ahead, fires the 3, got it.
That time Devin threw it too, he threw it too low, and Drummond's going to get a hand on that.
Off the inbound, Book gets the wide open look, connects on the 3. It's played out pretty well though for JaVale over the last few years. Championship team 3 the last 4 years, and Book. Cam on the catch and shoot, step back 3, no. Bridges.
Jones is going to have to play. I mean, he's going to have to be ready to play in that regard.
Big offensive run pushes him back in front by 1.
But for the most part, throughout the course of the year, you can pick on 3 games, but they're 10-14, and they have really, I think, played Ted down and become a malcontent. Stayed ready, and now look at the production.
As we've said, he is a pro's pro. As Booker looking inside, fading to his
there and helping his teammate out.
Cam on the corner 3. Crowder flies across with the rebound. Back tap. Sets up Booker for the 3-point strike. Paul on the bench. Cameron Payne is checked in. Book rising up from long range. Got it. Okay.
Hey.
Shot clock at 3. Hey. Booker goes boom.
No, if he just goes up, he's going to get fouled on that play. I mean, you catch the ball right there. You got to, because right now it forces that guy to do that.
Off stroke going.
Yep, that's it. You build that confidence. You can't build a skyscraper unless you build a nice foundation. And
speaking of skyscraper,
that's his foundation right there.
That's back-to-back.
Booker shares it. Man, they'll find the right guy, won't they?
Yeah.
Devin, Booker.
It's almost like you pick your poison. But on that, I might want to stay home.
Point lead for the Pels. B.I. Brandon's got 15 of the last 25. Booker.
That is such a tough shot.
Makes him pay.
You know how hard it is to make a shot when somebody's at your feet?
Best game was the opener of last season in Miami against the Grizzlies. Booker rises over Winslow and drills a 3.
Well, he would like to 2 good ones.
Booker with a turn and gun that won't go, and the rebound ends up in Booker's hands. The reloaded 3 is through. Well, to your point, Philadelphia, Phoenix, 10 seconds remaining. Booker, Payne, Booker wide open for 3, and it's in again. 13 triples. Payne back in for the Suns, drives into the seam, dishes, corner 3, at the shot clock buzzer. Booker, his a dozen for Morant.
Would have been good finishing with that left hand here tonight.
Booker on fire.
He had hand on it momentarily, but the Suns eventually able to pluck it away from Lillard. Rising up, firing a 3. Book goes boom early.
That's why I love him when you know that.
Book working on Lillard. Step back 3 on the way. Cash it in.
Very good rebounder, and he's a lot stronger than what you think. He just took that away from Mikal.
Deep 3 on the way. Cash it in. 11 early. If you are among the 3,000 who are able to get tickets and you've not watched Devin Booker warm up, and he is beyond warming up.
I mean, he comes off of there. You got to get up and make him at least be aggressive.
Book.
That's easy.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's easy. and he's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, his team's in contention. Booker leans in, draws the contact, gets the bounce.
Timberwolves have converted the 11 Suns turnovers into 16 points, and Devin Booker's cold-blooded.
So hits a three-pointer for LA. Booker, little pull-up is good. Both teams.
Sunday to the Lakers. Paul on the drive, sweeps the pass outside to Booker, who connects on the triple. Suns push the lead back.
Coming now in a game. It's coming.
Well, he made 2 of them in the All-Star game and made it look easy, Lamar. That's what really stood out is Booker knocks down the triple.
Either save it or let that ball go out of bounds. The Blazers were going to get it anyway.
Booker contested 3, rolls it in.
And that's it right there. It's not like he can't. Tough play to defend against.
Booker off the Crowder screen, steps into a long 3, and Devin Booker.
Brogdon with the step back. Booker steps up behind the stripe, and Booker goes boom. Book thought about the long straightaway look, but Clark closed it out. Instead, he'll work up the screen. Connects from deep. Good defense again. Strong hands from Crowder. Nets the turnover. Booker, step back. Thought we heard a whistle.
I did too, yes.
Could have those guys is Chris Paul, who had 4 steals against the Pacers. Gets one there, sets up Booker, who goes boom. Points per game. Payne with the pass. Kick it out. Book. Sets. High arching 3. Got it.
There's another example of what I mean. Now, Sharp could have taken that shot.
Gives it up to Payne. Quick catch, fire from Book. Cash it. Wolves uniform. Booker rising up from deep. Collects another triple. He's got 20 here. Leading it by 6. Chris Paul finds Book. Corner 3 on the way. Gets the rainbow connection.
Ball, just no confidence at all.
Well, and 79% of his shots this season have been threes, as right on cue, Devin Booker deposits the triple.
Misses. Eaton keeps it alive and comes down with it. Booker for 3. Oh, that's string music for Devin Booker. 76 triple. Olynyk going against Mikal Bridges, who is smaller and quicker than Kelly. Here's Booker. He drills a triple. Devin Booker with
Booker, top of the arc 3. Got it. His first 3 tonight.
Pascal in the paint in OG Anunoby through the fingertips. Booker scoops it up, fires a 3, and it is good. Devin Booker, 35, and it pops out. Raptors down 9. Booker, the 3, and he sticks it.
He steps in the gym, he's in ring.
The NBA in terms of guys born in North Carolina. We'll be watching that throughout the course of the afternoon. First shot of the game, a deep 3, Devin Booker. Inside out ball, I thought Ayton. Craig. Shot clock was down to 1, and Devin Booker hits it. Wow. It's just so you lose concentration. PJ missed a pair. Hasn't scored here in the first half. Devin Booker, soft roll. Wanted a foul on the aggressive drive. Didn't get it. Booker. Right back to Booker. 2 for a quarter. The Curry rule.
Able to get it into the hands of Book behind the screen with a knockdown 3. And a quick 16 in that first half. Step back, high arching 3, and splash down.
That's a tough shot.
Smith, and then Jay Crowder comes in, nearly tackling Satoransky. Book fires from deep. Bullseye. Tap from behind, but it trickles out of the hands of Bridges. Looks up the floor, finds Book. Step back, finding the line. High arching 3, splash down. Which of the starting lineup, the 7-foot, 19-year-old knocking down that first triple. Offensive rebound, kicking it out to Book, who gets the bullseye. Punting another one. This one comes in a little too strong. DA grabbing the rebound. Back out to Book. Lines it up. Gets a little home bounce.
You rarely see a three-point shot at the front of the
His left. Good ball movement here. Sharch feeding Book. Finds the strike. Sends it high and knocks it down.
I don't know if he got a...
Guys who have not been veterans in this league very long. Booker puts up the three and he counters. And so they look so good for a couple of under him when he released it. Booker with a three.
He had his legs under him on that one.
Yeah, two-time hit one. You know all about it. There he is again. You better get out there, and when you do, he's going to go right by you.
Yep.
And now you see why since back-to-back 100-game losses, 3 seasons of 100 games or more, but they set their team.
Yeah, and let's hope that the Rockets don't have to go all the way down.
Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Chris Paul off to Booker. Booker puts it up and in. How about that combo? That was an assist. Porter. Booker off the pick by Aiden.
That's just a simple pin down there from Aiden.
Up to start the scoring here this third quarter with the Suns. He's got a dozen. Behind the stripe, looking for his first three, and gets it.
I'm pretty sure halftime.
Here is Neto. Rare miss for him tonight in his 20 minutes. Book on the pull-up three. Yes. He had missed a... Book off the screen, behind the stripe. Yes.
But Devin tried to draw the... You had to start the game.
Well, season high first half points, 81. As a long rebound back into the hands of Devin Booker as he gets involved in the three-point shooting party. That's his
in the moment.
Long rebound to Carter. Racing down the floor. Book fires from deep. Down it goes. Game now as the Suns force the miss on that. Book step back, lines it up from long range, and deposits the triple.
He has been playing tremendous basketball. He can not only score on you, he'll get you in foul trouble as well.
Book sets up Barnes, and the rainbow connection from Booker. Book fires it down low to Crowder, who does a nice job of handling. 5 on the shot clock. Book from long range, yes.
In desperation, off balance. In Houston, you let down on Sacramento, they'll have you down 20. They can get hot quickly. You cannot take them for granted.
This guy's got a record against teams over 500 than teams 500 or below.
And Coach Bud just...
Booker sizing up, he gets the screen, and he drains the jumper. Ayton's a big body, and Booker uses it. The inbounds, Jordan trying to slam it. Goes the other way for Phoenix. Booker is in, and so is the ball in the basket. A three.
And the way we'll continue to, and at the end of the day, it is just out of the net's control. What's most important is the health.
Devin Booker, an open look at a three as Shamet backed off.
And a lot of the resolve we've seen now from top to bottom.
Outside, Craig extends out for the rejection. Booker, a three. So the 14th.
Ayton. Booker left wide open, and Booker connects.
He's their top gun, 25 a game. For the spot-up shooting, he is ridiculously good. If you want to make him try to be more creative.
Book brings the boom from deep.
Obviously, right now, is Coach of the Year, and he has some competition. Quinn Snyder over there, Tom Thibodeau. Devin Booker said, "Hey, Eddie, what about me on something?"
Book brings the... No doubt about that. I mean, they know. They just don't openly talk about it. As Book raising up from deep and gets the three-point hit.
Like that. Wow, and that was a tough catch as well.
Booker, you could see him just sort of gather the basketball.
Hey, so you and Campy both want to see Allen get more touches, don't you?
Oh, you got to. You got to go through him. I mean, that's what it's about. That's how you start. You start inside and go out. That opens up your outside.
To pass it at first, when he said, wait a minute, hold on, I got a lot of room to work with here. Let me put it on the deck, create some space. And there's Devin Booker there at the two-pointer for him, unfortunately.
Suns try to go to 26-9 at home, pick up their 48th win. Book rising up from deep. Book goes boom.
Open threes, they're just not making them right now. Incredible looks. Booker had been 8 of 26 his last 2 games. On the perimeter. The Warriors are still shooting an abysmal 5 of 25 on threes. And Booker, this third quarter for Devin Booker.
Maybe you switch out that one. Screen it. That's stopping a dime straight up.
Cameron Payne's got Looney switched out. Booker from the Chase Center lettering.
Andrew Wiggins came up limping there.
The D here in the 4th. Booker springs free for 3 and rimmed it in. All the way around and in.
From the weak side, Bridges able to beat Eubanks on the perimeter, gets an easy dunk.
And Devin Booker steps into an open 3 and knocks it down. And Mitch Johnson knows when to call timeout from Coach Pop. He's not necessarily the awards you want to win, especially if you're Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, right.
It's Devin Booker lights out from downtown early.
Laker team that had Karl Malone and Gary Payton on that ball club, and Detroit still mopped the floor with them. So that was a tremendous finals victory.
He's 5 out. As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open 3.
Defers to Booker for the long-range jumper.
The coaching staff says, look, he's going to go out here and give it everything he has. They don't intend to change the game plan because he's a little bit hobbled. And as you can see there.
They've been here in other games. We got to learn from this, but we got to do what we've done all year long, be consistent, stable, and strong, and we'll be okay.
Thanks so much, Monty.
He has gotten in the past, so he has to adjust to that mentally and take advantage of the opportunities when they come about. And speaking about opportunity, listen, it's not going to be long before Devin Booker
Alex Caruso, Payne, three-pointer, well short. Rebound, Karam's all the way back out to Payne. Don't see that very often. And then Booker knocks down the 3.
And you don't see that very often. A mistake made by Caruso.
3 guys on this team that can go get his shot. And with AD out, his play offensively so important to their success.
Booker with a 3, got it to go. Now, Booker has been struggling with his game clock and shot clock. Booker has been the star, 15 points on 9 shots. Got the screen, launches a 3, got it!
In game 5, he started to find a rhythm from downtown there in the second half, and it's carried over here early.
The gifted Booker, backpedaling 3, got it! Big shot, Phoenix inside, the ball got jostled. Crowder got it, and out of Payne. Bridges, great ball rotation, 3, Booker, bucket. He got it through. Not been effective so far.
Got to pick your poison. The Suns in the game 5 got into the paint. Now they're knocking down their shots with confidence. And Devin Booker is staying on script.
Another miss, and Booker is there. Rebounding advantage +6. Cameron Johnson is 3. Outside feeds to Booker, who kicks it in again. Devin.
I'm not sure about that. He doesn't look questionable to me, but.
Booker 3, another one! Riveting performance by Booker.
Ooh.
Here we go with Booker, another 3. Oh! Booker cannot! Again, Gasol is on Chris Paul. Here comes Booker, a 3, good! Booker's got 27. Booker's had 6 in the third, had 33 at halftime. Got the screen, long 3, bullseye! Big shot by Booker. Fell short. Booker the other way, 2-point lead. Through traffic, got the screen. T is presented by Google. Booker at 21, game 1, launches a 3 here.
Good D, just better.
Years ago. All right, we got a couple changes. The Suns have brought in Cam Johnson, 3, Booker up and in. That was over Monson. Sets a screen. Look at Paul, take it inside the paint. Booker 3.
Kevin, Chris Paul. 6 points, guys.
Yeah, Israel, they need him, no doubt, as Booker follows up the miss. Another take and hits from three. Confident stroke from one of the league's best scorers.
And if you have not been watching Devin Booker.
Diving for it, Gordon was late. And a big second chance here for Phoenix. Booker in the corner, hits the three. Big
shot has been huge for Phoenix.
Chris Paul and Devin Booker, two players masterful at the mid-range game as Booker knocks down a long three.
Team so far. Barton is on Paul. Gordon is late to go to Booker with a three, and that is right down the hatch. Booker
put a big body on Booker. Morris has picked him up now. George. Booker finds an open space, knocks down the three. Jackson, not a smart pass that time. Booker for three. It's good. Devin Booker from downtown. It's a one-point game. For Booker, he's done it all for the Suns, as he's done all season, and especially here in the playoffs. Three-pointer. It's good. Devin Booker on fire. He's got 32. Cousins comes out. Paul George back in with Mann, Batum, Rondo, and Kennard. Booker's back in. Booker knocks down the three.
And this is the first time we've seen.
First couple of games. Ball deflected. Here comes Chris Paul. Booker. Quick fire. That's good. His first field goal after starting 0 for 6. Paul struggles a bit with his dribble. Now finds Booker. Booker for three. Devin Booker launches a three-pointer. That's good. Devin Booker has struggled from three. Just 3 of 13 from three. But they're not just settling for threes. Booker for three. Got it. Devin Booker 3 for 3.
Booker to catch it on the run.
DeAndre Ayton back to Booker. Booker fakes, fires, three-pointer. Bang! Payne hands off to Booker. Booker gets a great look. Devin Booker drills it. 9 points here in the first.
They've played better at both ends.
Chris Paul drives, kicks it back out. Booker gets a good look for three. It's good.
DeAndre Ayton told me that he likens playing with Chris Paul to playing with what he imagines Michael Jordan might be like. And Devin Booker told me that similarly.
6 on the 24. Booker fires a three. Got it. Others have picked up the scoring slack. Chris Paul, Booker, long three-pointer. That's good! Way downtown from Booker. Boy, Holiday's transition defense is so good. Booker books a three. Booker surrounded by Lopez. Booker for three. Got it! Devin Booker with a 7-footer right on him. Booker for three. Puts it in.
Because you set a high level for yourself. Go dominate the game with 4. Let's go.
Booker for three. Devin Booker from way downtown. It's a
getting involved in two-man game and put so much pressure on the Phoenix Suns defense.
Booker tries another long distance, and that one goes down. He missed his first 3 shots. He's been such a spark off the bench.
And they're trying to get Connaughton to switch pick and rolls against Booker.
And Booker nails another one. Booker 7 early points. Phoenix has ball against Connaughton. Booker comes to the ball, fires a three. Bang! Devin Booker from